It was far from your normal ending to the Kewanee boys' sophomore game. But even before the buzzer sounded, it was a win for the Boilermakers. Even before the clock struck 0, Gage Williams became the biggest hero in town.
Oh, he's a hard worker. He doesn't give up.
He gives 100% every day. He goes through all the drills just like all the rest of the guys.
He wanted to be part of something. His entire life, I want to be a part of a team.
Williams, a special needs student at Kewanee High School, isn't just part of the team, he's the heartbeat of it.
Let's go!
Through practice and through the games, I love the energy he brings to the play every time. And I see him how he's trying really hard in practice and he doesn't give up.
Williams' hard work in practice earned him an opportunity on game day.
Gage had been bugging me for quite some time. Coach, I'm ready, put me in the game. So his time came. He got his opportunity and he took full advantage of it.
Less than 30 seconds left in the game, Coach Russell called on Williams, and the excited sophomore wasn't really listening.
To be honest, if they do, I don't pay attention. I know I should pay attention, but I really don't pay attention.
Williams took full advantage of making one of the biggest shots of his life.
I really don't know how to explain it. All I know is I was very excited.
The other team, they stop so that he can take that shot. How many people do that? How many other teams do that? And then to see and hear the crowd just go wild, it touches me.
So for a young man with the heart the size of Texas,
let's go!
The sky's the limit.
I love the coaches and I love the basketball players, and I am going to college to ICC, hopefully playing college basketball, and if my players need me, I'm here for them.
In Kewanee, Dustin Nolan, WQAD News 8 Sports.
Way to go!
1946 was the first game I came to.
For over 70 years, this ballpark has been Frank Wolf's home away from home.
We love having him. It's something where he is, he's just become such a friend to everybody that works here, everybody that passes through here, that, we just can't imagine this place without him.
Last year, the Bandits helped Frank celebrate his 96th birthday.
Take me out to the ball game.
By singing the 7th inning stretch at the Midwest League Championship clinching game.
Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back for it.
5,500 people singing happy birthday to me. That was a pretty special day.
Frank and his wife Dorothy share a love for the game of baseball. For decades, the two have enjoyed opening day along the river. This year was no different.
And I know she loves being down here at the ballpark.
Dorothy passed away several years ago after 61 years of marriage.
I've sure missed her since she's been gone, I'll tell you that.
And now her ashes are buried in the outfield of modern Woodman Park.
It's really wonderful that they allowed her ashes to come down here.
On this day, Frank brings Dorothy flowers. Frank says when he passes, he wants his ashes to be right beside Dorothy's.
When one goes and the other one is going to bound to miss him for a long time. It's a hard thing to get over with.
He's been a fixture here for so long that, this ballpark belongs to him.
As for Frank and Dorothy,
I just know that someday we'll be together again.
In Davenport, Dustin Nolan, WQAD News 8 Sports.
Yes!
2016 was a breakout year for Caroline Sherris. As just a sophomore, the Pleasant Valley standout won the Junior World Rowing Championship with now Stanford standout Emily Delman by her side.
Just crossing that line, just knowing that we put all of our work and everything was worth it in the end, that was a really, really special moment for me.
A moment Caroline got to share with one of her biggest fans, her dad,
Just being able to hug him after the race, that was just a really special moment, and he's like, yeah, you did it, and it was just a great moment.
Dr. Peter Sherris is no stranger to the sport, rowing at Harvard and then in the '92 Olympics.
So I rowed in a two-person boat, what we call a pair, one oar each, and yeah, we competed there and made the Olympic final.
Do a few practice starts and then maybe a couple tens, like in the mid-30s.
Decades later, Dr. Sherris is now sharing his knowledge for the sport as Caroline's rowing coach, which makes Caroline's job easier.
So arm in the back, ready, go.
I know what he's thinking out on the water, so I can kind of tell, like, if he's trying to get us to do a drill, I kind of know what he wants us to be getting out of it.
Caroline knew at an early age rowing was in her blood.
My dad had been around rowing for a long time. I always had seen pictures up on the wall. He rowed at Harvard.
Caroline is now following in her father's footsteps and attending Harvard next year.
There's something in the back of my mind like, hey, Harvard's a really great school, great rowing program.
I'm particularly excited she's going to go to Harvard.
Now the Sherris are eager to continue their special bond at the next level.
You know, it's been really rewarding, and you know, it's been great to travel with her and see and have a chance to see other places.
He's definitely probably my biggest supporter, and just he's a great dad and a great coach. So both of them are just like, he's number one.
In Moline, Dustin Nolan, WQAD News 8 Sports. Friday night lights are huge all across the country, from Texas, where it's more like a religion than a sport, where they have $60 million coliseums drawing in over 20,000 fans, to Wyoming, where they have football fields with only a few set of bleachers. But no matter where you live, Friday night lights are a big deal, no matter the size of your stadium. Welcome to Midwest, just like the sign says, home of the Oilers. Population, 404 people. I bet you would never believe me that a one-horse town like Midwest would have such an impact on the history of high school football.
There was a football game in November of 1925 between Casper and Midwest, who were rival teams. They were, you know, pretty much the same size towns almost. And there's an advertisement in the paper that said, you know, drive out and see the football game.
So the Midwest Refining Company came up with a plan in conjunction with the high schools to light the football field in the town of Midwest for a night football game. And to the best of anybody's recollection, that was the first night game, at least west of the Mississippi.
So they lit the local high school football field so the men working in the oil fields were able to come and watch, and as well as the parents and family members, since most people had to work during the day. They used a total of 16 floodlights to light the field.
And then they had another light that was on top of one of the oil derricks, and it was a moving spotlight, searchlight. So I have this vision of this one light sort of following the plays as they went up and down the field.
More than 1,000 people turned out. Casper won 22-0.
People in the crowd were stirred with the giant outdoor overhead lighted drama, with every play and every player brought out in cameo clearness, reminding all of nothing ever witnessed before.
So, if it wasn't for that November night in Midwest, back in 1925, we may not have our beloved Friday Night Lights.
Sports on WQAD News 8.
Rock Island Bree Bill likes to think outside the box. It's that attitude and a little creativity that has the Rock Island standout, giving back one youngster at a time. 1 year ago, a quarterback competition dominated the headlines here in Iowa City. This year, there's no question who the starting quarterback is. Nate Stanley prepares for his second year at the helm for the Hawkeyes. I'm officially jumping on the Sister Jean bandwagon. The whole country has fallen in love with this sweet nun. I didn't think it was possible to fall in love with her more than I do now, but after I saw this video, I was wrong. Last week, the Gunner Tigers set a school record, 13 wins in a season. Tonight, they go for number 14 and a chance to go to the state semifinals. Bears need a win, and they'll take what they can get. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy wearing makeup on TV. By the time the ball leaves the pitcher's hand, to the time the ball crosses home plate, less than half a second has elapsed. The Plainview Indians go for their first ever state championship in school history. Now tonight they face a very, very good Jones Longhorn team. This Longhorn team is coming in with a perfect 14-0 record. Now Plainview comes in with a 13-1 record, only loss to a Tuttle High School team in week 4. Now the key for tonight's victory for the Plainview Indians is going to be what got them here, their offense and defense. Their offense has been averaging about 40 points a game, while their defense has only been giving up around 13 points a game. Every year the big question is, who's better at basketball, Iowa or Illinois? We're in the 24th year of the Genesis Shootout. We've got a lot of high school basketball for you, so get your popcorn ready. You're right, guys. Tonight was the best team in the MAC, North Scott, taking on the best player in the MAC, Joe Wieskamp. Now, Wieskamp scored 26 points in this game, but tonight wasn't about an individual performance. It was about a team coming together to get a win, and that's what the Lancers did. Tonight, it's all on the line. Money, pride, bragging rights. So let's head out to the fairgrounds. The game tonight between North Scott and Davenport North lived up to all the hype, but in the end, the Lancers got the best of the Wildcats to stay undefeated. Tonight tips off the 19th annual Iowa-Illinois Senior Showcase with the best seniors from both sides of the river putting on their jersey one more time. That was a great play because he had to go up and make a play, and that's what you want to see out of your receivers is when your quarterback puts it out there and gives your receiver a chance is they can go up and make the catch. Yeah, we're out here at the National High School Finals Rodeo. This is where the best of the best come out to compete and show what they have. Not only do they have to compete against each other, but they have to compete against animals that are weighing 2,000 and 3,000 pounds. Back out here at Noble Stadium as 1 versus 3 as Lawton MacArthur comes down to Ardmore to take on the Tigers. Now this isn't only a top 5 matchup in the state, it's also for the district title. The Augustana Vikings are without question one of the best teams in the country at the D3 level, if not at any level. Yeah, we're here at War Memorial Stadium as the Wyoming Cowboys are about to take on Gardner-Webb. Now Wyoming did not play as well as they would like to have against the Iowa Hawkeyes, losing 24-3, but their defense did play pretty well, causing a few turnovers. Their offense, well, they were pretty much absent, but if their offense can show up today and their defense play as well as they did against the Hawkeyes, well then they should come out victorious. That's where head coach Craig Bowe lived and died for. I mean, this is the guy that was the linebacker coach for, you know, a little old team in Lincoln, Nebraska. You might have heard of them, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Oregon leads 42-10 at this point. Only bright spot for Wyoming in this game so far has been Josh Allen's rushing touchdown. The Steamwheelers are looking to turn things around and get a win at home tonight. Let's head out to the Tax Slayer Center as the Steamwheelers take on Bismarck. First quarter, Bucks strike first. Wheelers down 7-0, looking to make something happen here. Darren Clark gets the ball, looks for a hole, turns on the speed, cuts back, makes a couple guys miss, and he's just going to take it in and score. Wheelers would miss the extra point. It's 7-6 Bucks. First quarter, still Wheelers knocking on the door. E.J. Hilliard fakes the handoff, in trouble, makes something happen with his feet. Touchdown Wheelers. They take the lead 13-10. Second quarter now, Hilliard looks for a guy. He finds Darius Hicks. Hicks in open space, but he's going to get brought down at the 1. That sets the Wheelers up in good position. Tyler Williams gets the handoff, goes outside, stretches the ball across the goal line. Touchdown, but the Bucks win this one 44-42. We start in the first. Will Adams pushes his way in, gets the ball to fall. Rockford strikes first 2-0. A few trips later, Vikings on the move. Nolan Ebel hits from the arc. Swish! Ebel just keeps making plays, showing why he's one of the best in the country. 3-2 Vikings. Vikings on the move again. Ebel drives to the paint, lays it up. 5-2 Vikings. Augustana not letting up. Brett Benning putting in the work, getting the basket. Vikings get a blowout win in this one, 109-51. They improved to 7-1 on the season. Start in the first, Lucas Hayes muzzles his way in for the basket and the and one. 5-3 Bulldogs. Linmar answers back. Trey Hutchinson breaks ankles, crossover, and hits the midway jumper. Bulldogs still lead 6-5. A few trips later, Hutchinson from the outside hits the 3, still in the first. Tyrell Alexander gets a rebound, races down the court, and watch, he's going to show off some athleticism here. He puts it down for the Bulldogs. Linmar goes on to win this one, 59-34.